Hi guys, welcome back to part 2 of our series where we will be showing you how to raise meat birds. So our Buff Orpingtons are a little over 2 weeks old now, and our Cornish crosses are a little over a week. We were at Tractor Supply the other day and we saw some egg layer chicks that we wanted, so we grabbed 4 of those. They were actually buy 4, get 4 free, but we only got 4 because we just have way too many birds right now. So we had to set up a smaller brooder on the other side of the basement. There are a lot of birds right in here right now, a little too many for my comfort, but they're small enough now to where this will work out just fine. So we have their water and their food up on blocks to keep it away from the shavings. It's important to make sure that your chicks have fresh water and food at all times. They tend to kick up shavings in their food and their water, and sometimes they'll go to the bathroom in their water. So you want to make sure that it's clean. I've been checking these guys 2 to 3 times a day for sure, morning and night, and usually in the middle of the day at some point. And in this brooder, I have to refill the food and water every time I come down here. They go through this food so quickly. I just loaded this up probably 2 hours ago and it's almost gone already. And so they go through food very quickly and the water. Sometimes the water isn't completely out and I still rinse it out because it's dirty. So you really want to make sure that their water stays clean and the shavings stay out of it. So I definitely recommend putting it up on a block of some kind to raise it up off of the shavings. One thing I'd like to add is that we put a couple drops of apple cider vinegar in their water, at least once a day or once every other day. No more than once a day though, and we only just put a couple tiny little drops in there. Usually it's recommended to put in 1 tablespoon per gallon. So with these smaller containers, we just put a few drops. Now there's a couple reasons why we like to give them apple cider vinegar. We actually use apple cider vinegar for all of our birds, even our egg layers, and we also give it to our rabbits as well. So I like to add a couple drops of apple cider vinegar to their water, and there's a few reasons why I like to do this. One, it promotes water consumption and it encourages them to drink lots of water. They like the taste of it, so that will help keep them hydrated and encourage them to drink. It also keeps their water clear of bacteria, and it also promotes a healthy immune system. And another thing that it does is it helps regulate their digestive system, which helps prevent pasty butt. Now, if you don't know what pasty butt is, it's one very unpleasant thing about raising baby chicks. Baby chicks are more prone to it the first week that you bring them home, but you would definitely want to keep an eye out for it for as long as they are in a brooder. So pasty butt is when their poop sticks to the fur around their vent. And if it's not removed, it can form a blockage, which can be fatal for your chicks if it's not removed and taken care of. I had a chick just the other day that had that problem, and what we do to take care of this is we run the chick's vent under warm water. Not hot, not cold, warm water. And I just gently kind of rub it away. You never want to pull on it. You never want to try to pull it off because the chick's skin is so delicate that you could actually tear their skin by pulling on it. So just run it under warm water and gently work it off of the chick, and it'll eventually loosen up and come off. So once you get that off, you'll just want to pat it dry, and then just make sure that you keep an eye on your chicks. Usually every time I clean out the shavings in their brooder, I have to remove every single one of them into a different container so I can scoop out their shavings. So usually I'll check at that time. Also, every day when I come out here, I just kind of keep an eye on them and take a peek. You can usually see it. But mostly when I change out their shavings, that's when I do a good check for pasty butt.
Unfortunately, we lost one of our Cornish crosses the first week that we brought them home. We have a lot of respect for our animals, so when we lose one on our homestead, we always make sure to take the time and bury them.
So our heat lamp here we have on a chain, and we just move it up a link every couple days. We don't monitor the temperature in our brooder because, like I said in the last video, the chicks will tell you whether they're too hot or too cold. All you really need to do is pay attention to your chicks to see whether or not you need to raise your heat lamp or not. Now our Buff Orpingtons are a little over 2 weeks old, and they're getting quite a bit of feathers. So this is one of our Buff Orpingtons, and this one's a little over 2 weeks, and they have a lot of feathers. And by 4 weeks, they should have all of their feathers. Now this is one of our Cornish cross chicks, which is a little over a week old. And this is how many feathers that our Cornish crosses have. So soon enough, we will start taking them outside on warm days for a few hours at a time to start getting them used to being outside. These guys will be in their brooder anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. Depending on the weather outside is when we will decide to start putting them out. Well, as long as your chicks are kept warm and dry, and they're kept away from drafts and predators, and they are fed properly and always have fresh, clean water, your chicks should have no problem growing and thriving. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.